guys, it's me, Brown12, and welcome back to another episode of Engines of Norfolk and Western. And yes, I am aware of the Mario movie, and I have seen it just recording this. Today we'll be looking at the EMD GP9, so let's get into it. The EMD GP9 is a 4-axle diesel-electric locomotive built by General Motors' Electromotive Division between 1954 and 1959. The GP9 succeeded the GP7 as the second model of EMD's general-purpose GP line, incorporating a new 16-cylinder engine which generated 1,750 horsepower, 1.30 megawatts. This locomotive type was offered both with and without control cabs. Locomotives built without control cabs were called GP9B locomotives. EMD constructed 3,626 GP9s, including 165 GP9Bs. An additional 648 GP9s were built by General Motors Diesel, EMD's Canadian subsidiary, for a total of 4,257 GP9s produced when Canadian production ended in 1963. The GP9 was succeeded by the similar but slightly more powerful GP18. EMD designed the GP9 as an improved version of the GP7, with an increase in power from 1,500 horsepower to 1,700 horsepower, and a change in prime mover to the latest version of the 567 engine, the 567C. Externally, the GP9 strongly resembled its predecessor. Most were built with high short hoods, but the Southern Pacific ordered a number with low short hoods for improved crew stability. EMD built GP9s at its La Grange, Illinois facility until 1959, when American production was ended in favor of the GP18. GMD production in Canada until August 1963, when the final GP9 was produced. There were 40 GP9M units built that are included in the 3,441 units built for United States railroads. A GP9M was built with parts from another older EMD locomotives rather than an F unit or a damaged GP7. The use of parts from these older locomotives caused the GP9Ms to have a lower rating than a GP9. This would either be 1,350 horsepower, 1.01 megawatts, if the donor locomotive was an FT/F2, or 1,500 horsepower, 1.12 megawatts, from F3/F7/GP7 locomotives. Many rebuilt GP9s remain in service today with short-line railroads and industrial operators. Some remain in build on some major Class 1 railroads as switcher locomotives, although most Class 1 railroads stopped using these locomotives by the 1980s. Canadian National still had 29 GP9RM locomotives in operation as of 2023. Canadian Pacific had many GP9U locomotives in operation. However, they were all retired in 2015. Several GP9s were rebuilt with a 1,500 horsepower, 1.12 megawatts, Cat 3,512 and reclassified as GP15C. The Illinois Central Railroad rebuilt some of its GP9s with a front short hood reduced in height for improved crew visibility. The IC designated these rebuilt locomotives GP10. EMD has rebuilt and continues to rebuild GP9s into what it calls a GP20C-ECO, which is repowered with an EMD 8-710-G3A engine in place of the original 567 prime mover. At least 23 GP9 locomotives have been preserved at various railroad museums as park engines and as excursion engines according to the diesel shop. B&O 6607, originally numbered 3414, is at the B&O Railroad Museum, Baltimore, Maryland, in operating condition. Southern Pacific 3194, a GP9R rebuilt as Texas and New Orleans 281, is at the Golden Gate Railroad Museum, California. It is in operating condition. Northern Pacific 245, preserved at the Lake Superior Railroad Museum in Duluth, currently painted as North Shore Scenic Railroad 245. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my new videos. Next episode will be the GP18. Anyways, bye-bye.